Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the July 26, 2023 City of Springfield License Commission meeting. It is 5:30 p.m. I'd like to open the meeting at 5:30 p.m. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the License Commission hearing held on Wednesday, July 12, 2023. Did all commissioners have an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any changes, corrections?
No.
No, okay. Then I make a motion to approve the minutes for the Springfield License Commission hearing held on Wednesday, July 12, 2023.
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay, new petition. But we have a petition for a change of manager for Lasuk Hookah Lounge LLC. DBA Lasuk located at 1 Worthington Street from Virginia Leonore to Genesis Pool Hall. Is anybody here for Lasuk?
I'm Virginia.
Hi, Virginia.
Hi, how are you?
Good, yourself?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, Virginia, do you know if Genesis is going to come in today?
I just spoke to her. I believe she's logging on now.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the next item on the agenda, and then we'll just come back to Lasuk, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Second item is a petition for pledge of license to A&I Inc. for Andy Main Street Inc., DBA Crazy Andy Liquors located at 754, 758 Main Street. Shivantan Vadil, manager of record.
Yes, this is Josh Levine, appearing for the applicant.
I wanted a piece of what you have.
Okay. You said it's Josh?
Attorney Joshua Levine from Levine Law.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, what do you have for us today?
So this license was granted last year as a transfer, and the previous owner took back paper. And there was in the agreement, the purchase and sale agreement, that there would be a pledge, but the pledge through a number of inadvertent mistakes was not put into the original application. And I would have put this pledge in application in sooner, but I only recently got the certificates, the tax certificates. So this is just backfilling the application from last year.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
This is a pledge to who?
It's a pledge to the previous owners, to A&I Inc. So they took back a mortgage and a note on the property and the inventory and the assets as part of the purchase. And so this is pledging the license back to the prior owner.
So A&I Inc. is the previous owner. So what does our agenda say?
Is a pledge of license to NIE for two
Oh, all right. Okay.
for Andy Main Street and Tracy and Andy's.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Concerns? No.
Nope.
Then I make a motion to accept the petition for pledge of license to A&I Inc. for Andy Main Street Inc., DBA Crazy Andy's Liquor located at 754, 758 Main Street. Shivantan Vadilio, manager of record.
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you very
Have a
much
good
for your
night.
time.
Okay. Okay, we'll go back to the petition for a change of manager for Le Souk Hookah Lounge LLC, DBA Le Souk, located at 1 Worthington Street from Virginia Leonore to Genesis Pool Hall.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Good
Genesis.
afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We missed you last meeting.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I was out on vacation and I totally forgot about the meeting. I was out, didn't have the internet.
Okay. Okay, so tell us what's going on at Le Souk.
So we're trying to do a manager change. I'm gonna be the one in charge of managing. We open Thursday to Sundays, 5 p.m. to 2 in the morning. Let's go, Mama. Let's go.
Thursday to the Sunday, you said?
Yes.
Yes,
5 to 2 a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and Genesis, you're going to be there how many hours?
So I'm gonna be there from opening to closing on the 4 days.
All 4 days?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any questions from the commissioners?
So your liquor license goes until 1 a.m. Is that correct?
yes.
Yes.
Okay,
We don't sell liquor at 1.
okay.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
We don't sell liquor at past 1.
That's 1 o'clock? Okay. And that has been working out okay?
Yes, ma'am. We
Yeah.
just sell like food, stuff like that. So, so depending on how big the crowd is, it's just food by that time. And then by 1:30, everybody has to start leaving.
Okay. And Genesis, you're gonna adopt the same where, nothing, no alcohol will be served after 1, just food?
Yes.
Okay. And when do you plan on stopping the sale of food?
At 1
I'm sorry?
by 12:45
That's the sale of alcohol or food?
for the food.
For the food?
Yeah. Because some people like to take food to go. So we're gonna stop it by 12:30. Somebody wants to take the food since they gotta be out by 1:30.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
so everybody's out at 1:30?
By 1:30,
By
start
1:30.
kicking people out the premises, start going home.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions from the commissioners? No. Genesis, how many employees are you're gonna have serving alcohol?
I have 8.
8 of them, and they're all tip certified.
Yes.
Okay, you have their certification?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you do remember from, I know that you have experience from having managed Malecon, but you know that you have to keep those certifications readily available just in case the police comes in and asks for them, okay?
Yes.
And you know the drill. If there's anything that happens during the time that you're open, you do have to call the police.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah. I learned my lesson.
Right. So, just remember that you will be held responsible for anything that happens at Le Souk, while it's open, whether you're there or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions from the commissioners? No. Okay, then I make a motion to approve the petition for a change of manager for Le Souk Hookah Lounge LLC, DBA Le Souk, located at 1 Worthington Street from Virginia Leonore to Genesis Pool Hall.
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singapore,
Yes,
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Good luck, Genesis.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You as
Thank you
well.
so much. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Third item on the agenda is a petition for a new annual all alcohol GOP license for Ivy's Event LLC, DBA Ivy's Events, the venue located at 1295 Liberty Street, Felix Colon Jr., manager of record. And we have both Felix.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Attorney Jeremy Powers. I'm here on their behalf.
Okay. You have the floor, Attorney Powers.
Sure. Good afternoon. So this is a request for the license. All paperwork has been completed and submitted. It's for a location up in the old Liberty Street Plaza. My client's a full-time court officer with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, as well as a part-time police officer in the city of West Springfield. His wife is employed by Mass Mutual. She's in the financial services team over there. This is exactly what you want in the city of Springfield for a liquor license. They live in the city homes. They're residents of East Springfield. They're committed to the city. They put a considerable amount of work into renovating and rehabbing this property on Liberty Street. We've gone through the neighborhood council with no issues. I believe the neighborhood council is in support of this application, went through planning with no issues. And we're here today to ask for your support as well going forward.
Okay. Okay. Any questions from the commission?
What, this is a storefront in Liberty in the Springfield Plaza?
That's correct, right? Liberty Street, the old, I'll say it's the old Springfield Airport if you're looking back to the 50s or 60s, but it's near the Stop and Shop. It's currently vacant, but it's in that plaza.
All right. So it's near down near the end, near Stop and Shop.
It's actually the other end. I forget the names of the other businesses over there. I think there's a chicken spot that's over there, and a couple of discount spots that are over there as well.
Okay.
And
Okay.
what are the hours going to be? You indicated on that to the planning board, you were closing at midnight?
That's correct. Yep. And really what the venue is going to be for is we hope it's only a happy place. We plan on doing all sorts of, birthday celebrations, wedding celebrations, God forbid the occasional funeral celebration, but there'll be food catered in, and the hours as listed would be closing at 12, stop serving at 12.
It will speak 7 days a week?
So I'm going to defer to Felix on that in terms of specific days that they're going to be open. We're asking for that option just because events may vary. It might be a Friday, Saturday, or Monday night. It really depends on the event that we're serving for.
What time do you open?
Again, it depends on the party. I want to say 4 o'clock is a general time, but let's say if it's a birthday party for a younger person, that would be earlier.
Or a funeral gathering?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Felix, welcome.
Yes. Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, Felix, so what are the days that you're looking to be open?
Well, it's like Attorney Powers just said, it will vary. We are looking for the 7 days a week. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be open all those days, but we want to have that availability for the clientele that comes through and give those options on them selecting whatever day they want and the dates available. We can provide that for them.
Okay, and what do you see your hours to be? What are you requesting for hours?
I mean, it can, again, that can vary from either, I'm not saying the party will go from noontime to midnight, but if somebody wants to have a party at noontime till 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I want to have that option for them. Not every party is always in the evening. Some people like to have it early to get home early. And then you're going to have those that, want it at 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock or 6 o'clock to 11, all varies again on those hours. So that's why we want to keep that option open for them, for the clientele, from that noon time to midnight on those hours to provide them with again, those hours ain't just all for one person, you know, it's just for them to have an option on whatever they want for hours.
Right, so you're requesting 12 PM to 12 AM.
That's
Yes,
correct. We're
yes.
looking for
That's
that
what you're-
flexibility based upon the type of event that we'd be handling.
Right, right. And I mean, it is something that we would have suggested anyway, so you don't have to keep coming back to, change the time of, the venue.
Correct.
That way you know, is she's open and you have the availability to do it at that time. Okay.
Absolutely.
So how many people do you plan on having serving or selling alcohol?
Well, we're looking to get licensed for 100 people. But again, all parties vary. I don't see it happening 100 people being in one place at one time. We've been in the business of party planning and setting up weddings and sweet 15. Unfortunately to say it, for funerals as well. My wife and myself get called to set up flower arrangements or set up a hall for funeral, a lot of memorabilia and stuff like that. Again, it can go from 25 people to 50 people, maybe 75 people. And I mean, all the years we've been doing this, I mean, we'll see them. We'll see that number come up, but they're never all there together,
So, Felix,
Okay.
just let me interject. I don't think you understood her question.
No,
Because
Okay.
the question was how many people you would actually have serving liquor.
Oh, serving. I apologize. We have 3 bartenders. Sorry about that.
3?
And 4 will be me.
Okay, so 4, and everyone is tip certified?
1 right now out of the 3. We have our class going in on August 8th. The tip class is every other month, and unfortunately, when it was held last month, we missed it.
Okay, so
We're
you
going
have
through the
one,
motion to get to this meeting.
so you have 1 person who's already tip certified and 3 that are
Correct.
going to be taking the class next month, early next month,
Yeah, August 8th is
August
the
8th,
date for that tip
correct.
class.
August 8th. Okay. Okay. Any questions from the commissioners?
do you know what the capacity of the place is based on the building? Like the building department determines your occupancy, right?
Correct.
So do you know what that is?
So we're looking at, right now, it looks like it's going to be maybe, we haven't got to that point yet, but it looks like it's going to be for 100 people.
100.
100.
Okay.
With the square footage.
This is all,
That
there's
can
the
vary.
tables,
They haven't
right?
came in to give.
This isn't just people standing up. This is gonna be tables and chairs where people,
Oh, absolutely.
Right,
Sitting down.
okay.
Yeah. There's going to be chairs and tables.
because that
Absolutely.
greatly reduces your occupancy when you have tables and chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Have you filed a business certificate with the city clerk? Yeah.
Did we? We filed a bunch of paperwork, sir. That's something we'll have to
I
just follow
believe
up.
they
I mean,
did. I'll double check to confirm that. I believe they did.
Okay.
If not, we do
my
that
wife was
forthwith.
just there last Thursday, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of paperwork.
A lot of paperwork.
Yes.
Can I just inquire, Attorney Powers, did you apply for a pouring license or a restaurant license?
I'm sorry?
Which type of license did you apply for? I thought you said it wasn't gonna be a restaurant, so there was just, is this a pouring license, on premises?
It's a general on-premise license, correct?
Exactly. General on premise, correct.
Thank you.
Do you ever foresee yourself opening before noon? If it's like an early morning funeral and, they're leaving the cemetery and they want to go there by like 11. I don't want you to limit yourself. I would suggest 10 AM to midnight, just to be on the safe
Okay.
side.
Okay.
Now,
That sounds
usually
good.
if you have an
I agree.
earlier funeral, you'll probably end up,
Correct.
having people at your door at 11 in the morning, 11:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
better to ask for more, even if you're not gonna, be open the
Okay.
entire time.
Okay. Absolutely. Thank you for that advice.
Felix, what is your experience? Do you have any experience being the manager of record for, a liquor license?
I have management skills on, wow, it's been quite a few years, but I used to run a convenience store back in the days. I ran a juvenile program.
And I would just add to Felix's experience. He's been in law enforcement now for 25 years as a trial court officer and also as a part-time police officer in the city of West Springfield. So he has not worked in that realm specifically, but he's been law enforcement for the better part of 2 decades.
So it's fair to say that you know how crafty people can get. Those that are under 21 with their IDs and how they try.
He's an expert, unfortunately. He's well aware of that and would be very
Right.
cognizant and sensitive to that.
Okay, because even
The biggie season's coming up, so.
Yeah, even if you're not just a regular bar, but because you will be selling liquor, you have to be aware of, these IDs and these teenagers that like to come in and purchase, even if it's a private event. So you do know that.
Correct.
So I'm not going to beat you up on that. Just wanted to, touch up on it a little bit. Any other questions from the commissioners? No? Okay. Then I'll make a motion to approve the new annual all alcohol GOP license for Ivy's Event LLC, DBA Ivy's Event, the venue located at 1295 Liberty Street, Felix Colon Jr., manager of record. And before someone seconds that, I just wanted to make sure that you understand that if anything happens, you are responsible whether you're there or not, and you do accept that responsibility.
Yes, ma'am. I accept that.
Okay.
And the hours, this is 7 Sunday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to midnight.
Yes, please.
Is there
Thank
a
you.
second?
Second,
Okay. Commissioner Kane,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Thank you for being here and good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you for everything. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Okay, next item on the agenda is an informational hearing for one-day all alcohol liquor license for Hickory Street Harambee Inc., located at 39 Trinity Terrace, Harambee Festival at Bolden Park on August 5th, August 6th, 2023, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Event planner Veronica McNair. Do we have anybody for the Harambee?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Veronica, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Okay, well, Veronica, talk to us. Tell us about the Harambee.
So Harambee is a 2-day festival that's going to be held at the Sam Bolden Park in Springfield, August 5th and 6th. The times that you mentioned from 1 to 7, I believe you stated. I think the festival actually starts a little earlier, but the time that we're interested in selling alcohol would be during the 1 to 7. The Harambee is a nonprofit organization that generates, that relies on sponsors and donations. And so we're looking at having a booth at the festival and selling alcohol as a way to raise funds for our upcoming year and expenses.
Okay, and are you going to have a designated area? I know you said you want to have like a booth or something, but how are you going to make sure that you're identifying the people you are selling the liquor to, and are they going to be able to leave that area?
So what we had done in the past, when we've done it, I think a few years back, we've after checking IDs, we put a wristband on anybody that makes a purchase, and we don't allow cans or bottles or anything like that. Everything has to be put in a cup, and the cups are be special color cups that we only have at our booth. And then we have an area where we'll have a table and chairs for folks to sit down. If somebody chooses to walk from that area to the, say the area where the stage is with their cup of beer, it's fine as long as they have a wristband on. And if we see those color cups that we have, which are, I think, orange, purple, and yellow, if anyone has those cups and they look underage, then that's a red flag. So we kind of make sure that using the wristbands and the cups and the checking the IDs is what we've done in the past.
And that has worked for you in the past, allowing people to leave that, that area? You haven't had any incidents?
No, we haven't.
Okay. Okay, how many people do you expect at the Harambee?
This year is, I think, it's going to be our biggest year. We have rides this year, so I can't even gauge where we're going to be with numbers. But over the 2-day period, a couple thousand people in and out.
Okay. Okay. Any questions from the commissioners?
I think you said that it was only 1 day, but the festival is for 2 days. So I didn't know if you had both dates.
Today's the 5th and the 6th.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions?
I'm confused about the service in the designated area. You have a designated area where you're selling the alcohol, but people can wander out of that area wherever they want to go?
I don't understand your question, sir.
When at a festival like this, usually always where the liquor is served is a designated area, and it's usually there's a fence or something where people can drink and they can't leave that area with their alcohol. So
yeah, that wasn't a requirement for us in the past, and it's never been mentioned. We've what we've done is, like I said, the wristbands, checking the IDs, and that sort of stuff. We have a area that's identified as our the committee's booth and station, and we set up tables and chairs over there. But we've never been asked or required to have people stay right there. It's like the Biggie. It's like Stone Soul. It's like the jazz festival. Somebody purchases a beer and they walk off. It's the same kind of concept.
what is going to prevent somebody from having some sort of alcohol and just wandering off onto the street?
Onto the street where, sir?
There's a street, obviously, somewhere right there. Can they just walk back to the car with a drink?
We have security, so we have, just so you'll know, we control the entrances and exits to the park. And so we have security and police on each entrance and exit.
So no one would be allowed to leave the
absolutely
park
not.
with a drink?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
So if you came in from the King Street side, there's only going to be one entrance. And that entrance is controlled by a security officer and a police. If you come down the Wilbraham Ave section, you'll come down, you'll be guided into a parking lot. You get out of that parking lot and you come, and then you'll be greeted with a security officer and a police officer on that end as well. And then we have security and police officers that are patrolling. We have 2 security companies. We have, I believe we paid for a detail of one sergeant and 4 officers. And I think the mayor gave us an additional 4 or 5 officers.
And they are going to be wandering around or posted at the entrances and exits, or both?
So again, each entrance has a security guard and a police officer. And then there's officers on foot and security on foot as well.
Is there a fence around this park?
It's fenced in. If you want to see it, actually, I'm here now. And I can show you. Do you need to see it?
I've
I've
never been there.
To the other commissioners, I'm very familiar with the park. As Veronica indicated, there's only 2 entrances, one from King Street and one from Wilbraham Avenue.
So is the rest of it fenced in? Is like there a chain link fence around it or something?
It's actually fenced in, but it's kind of enclosed. I think there's on one side, and then there's an open field that has a fence on the other side. But it's very difficult to get to.
So both sides are technically both the left and the right side of the park is fenced in. The committee hires Charlie Armont, who I probably said his last name wrong. He puts up 6-foot-high temporary fencing from the front to the back, and then he opens up a gate for us, and that'll be on each side of the front and the back of the park.
Okay.
So that's how we're able to control the entrances.
All right. Okay.
So whether we're selling liquor or not, or beer or not, our primary focus is always safety and the children.
And who are the people who are checking IDs? Are those tip certified people who know what to look for?
No, sir, we're not. I'll be one of the people checking IDs. We have police officers and security. Is there anything else that I need to do?
Well, we just want to make sure that whoever is checking IDs is someone that is familiar with, checking IDs, because there's a lot of times, especially with college students, that, they get crafty when it comes to fake IDs. So we're just making sure that whoever is going to be checking IDs, they know what it is they're looking for.
And so I think what we talked about as a committee is the majority of people have the new real ID, and that's what folks were looking for. We didn't know that we needed anything. We've never been required to do anything other than what we've been doing. So if there's anything that we need to do, we're absolutely on board with doing it.
Okay. We just, like I mentioned, we just want to make sure that whoever is, selling alcohol, that they are looking at these IDs and making sure that they're real IDs. They're not fake.
Right.
IDs.
And someone
So the
who's
system
tip certified knows what they're looking for.
Hey, Veronica, how many servers will you have for the
three of us.
server?
Three of us. Just three of us.
Okay.
What is being offered for this? So are these like pre-mixed cocktails or?
Beer and wine for right. Beer and wine is all we've discussed as a committee. I just needed to meet with you guys to see what that was going to look like. And the other thing too is, if we needed to have some assistance from an officer at the booth to help us with that, then we can do that as well, because they're at our discretion, and where they're posted at is up to us. So if we need to have an officer be the one to actually check the IDs, then we can do that. And I can make sure that Sergeant McCoy assigns somebody to that.
Well, all officers, I don't want to speak for all police officers, are not generally tip certified to check IDs. When you're tip certified, you've gone through the tip certification course, and you know what you're looking for when you look at an ID, and you can tell whether it's a real ID or a false ID. So Barry, do you want to speak on that? I don't know if police officers are trained to identify false IDs, are they?
I mean, it's not a tip certification. Most officers can tell from looking at an ID whether it's real or not. Again, we're not tip certified though. We didn't take that course.
Right. What I guess having a police officer look at them is better than having a non-trained person look at them, though. Is that?
I think if there was an issue, if they had a question, they could certainly ask one of the officers there to take a look at it. I think one of the biggest things is the out-of-state IDs. Maybe require a second form, like maybe a credit card or something else with a name on it at least.
Okay.
If they would, that's one. But if the officers are there, they can give you a hand as well.
Yeah.
But they're not tip certified. We don't go through that training.
An officer's not there dedicated to solely check IDs either, correct?
No, the detail is for whatever we need the detail for. We're paying for the detail.
Okay,
So whatever we need them to do. So what the only thing that they absolutely cannot do is wand people. So that's why each entrance has a security guard and a police officer. Because Springfield police cannot wand. Our
Okay.
security company can.
okay. Thank you, Veronica.
You're welcome.
So I guess,
I think that perhaps by having a police officer at your stand will probably deter people from, trying to use a fake ID, I hope.
And that was one of the reasons that we asked the city for additional officers, because we realized we were going to be a little bigger this year than we had been. And so we actually, instead of having one security company, we have two. We have extra detail. And so we've really tried to overstate our position as far as family friendly, safety, and no nonsense. We haven't had any issues. This is our 8th year, and we've done alcohol twice, and we've had 0 issues. And that can be verified with the city. And Mr. Cade as well.
now,
Any other questions?
the informational hearing is for an all alcohol liquor license. Did you say you're only having beer and wine?
I said we were waiting to have this conversation with
Oh.
you to figure out what parameters you were putting in place and if we
Oh.
needed to do anything else.
Well, you're entitled to an all alcohol liquor license since you're a charitable organization, so.
So what did you have in mind, Veronica, like, if you were to, to have all alcohol, because that's what you applied for, what is your idea? What would you be selling?
So recently we did a few fundraisers and we applied for 1-day liquor license. And for those 1-day liquor licenses, we had beer, wine, and I think 2 drinks. I'm not really savvy when it comes to different type of liquor. I know one is brown and one is white that they had. I'm in recovery. I've been in recovery 27 years, so I'm so far removed. I have no idea the name of them. But there's only 2 liquors that sold, and they mixed one with a soda and another one with a juice.
Okay.
Do you need specific names?
No.
You need specific names?
No,
No.
Okay.
Well, congratulations on your sobriety.
Yes.
Thank you.
definitely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
no.
No.
No, not.
Okay. And you don't have any questions either, Veronica?
I have
No,
one
ma'am,
comment.
I don't.
Okay.
Commissioner, I just had one comment to
Commissioner
Veronica.
Kate?
Yeah, I just have one comment. I know that this is a much larger field that you have this year. And
Yes,
if
sir.
you're going to sell alcohol, just make sure that you have enough coverage for all the areas because it's a huge area this year.
Yes, sir.
And good luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay. No other questions?
No.
Okay, then I'd like to make a motion to approve the 1-day all alcohol liquor license for Hickory Street Harambee Inc. located at 39 Trinity Terrace, Harambee Festival at Bolden Park on August 5th and August 6th, 2023, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Event planner Veronica McNair.
Second,
Okay, Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Well, good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you. I hope you guys come through the festival.
Okay, thank you. Have a good
Bye-bye.
night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
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 Okay, last item on the agenda is a Section 77 hearing for Shaking Crab located at 1373 Main Street. Minji Lee, manager of record, status of liquor license. Don't see anybody here again.
Chair Espinoza, I did check with the licensing commission office yesterday, and I had reached out to Shaking Crab to remind them of the meeting today. They have received the notification. I went by there multiple times just to make sure. There seems to be realtor locks on the door, and they are not in operation.
Okay. What does that mean for us? Do we revoke their license?
Cancel.
Cancel their license? Okay. Okay. Then I make a motion to cancel the Shaking Crab liquor license. what should I say? Make a motion to cancel the license for the Shaking Crab located at 1373 Main Street, Manjili, manager of record.
Second,
Okay, Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes.
Got a question, Commissioner.
Yes.
Does that mean they have to reapply?
If they want to reopen, yeah,
To reopen, they have to reapply.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, if there is nothing else, then I would like to make a motion to adjourn at 6:10 PM.
Second,
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.